Hey, how's it going, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to part 9 of Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep. We are now going to be exploring some more Disney worlds, and the first world we're heading to is Disney Town. Now, kind of like what I said in the previous parts, Disney Town, you have to complete to move on within the story. You have to complete this world, but the only thing that you really need to do in this world is complete the designated minigame that each character has to do. In Terra's case, we have to complete a race. Once you complete that race, you will have completed the world. Now you're probably asking yourself, well, Tim, this part is 22 minutes long. Is the race that long? Well, no, it's not. Because what I like to do for Disney Town, even though it's just completing this race, I do like to do some level grinding, because even though I'm just doing this, I want to at least try and get, at least a level stronger before I move on to the next world. So what I'm going to be doing with each and every character, every time they visit Disney Town, I'm going to be kind of going in the same route. I'm going to be exploring Disney Town, just trying to level up and gain experience for my character, and then I'm going to complete said minigame. Now, each character will complete a different minigame. Like I said, Terra is doing a racing game, Ventus has to complete a rhythm game, and Aqua has to play some sort of fruit tennis game that is the most major pain-in-the-butt game you could ever play in this game. Like, honestly, that's probably my biggest negative with this game, is I hate Aqua's minigame in order to advance the story, because it can be really difficult, and if you're not lucky enough, then you're not completing it. Now, in Terra's case, you have to win the race in first place in order to complete the world. Otherwise, you got to keep on replaying the race until you win. Now, the thing that's been going on in Disney Town is that they're having this Million Dreams Festival where, you're basically just supposed to be doing acts of kindness, and people will vote for you if they think that you're doing kind deeds. And that's why Pete is trying to do all that he can, because he wants to see the most votes so he can get the grand prize. But what he doesn't realize is that the grand prize is actually getting your own flavor of ice cream named after you, which is really, really cool. But in terms of Birth by Sleep and the characters, each character, as long as you complete the minigame, your character is automatically getting that ice cream. But the thing is, if you just got Birth by Sleep and you're playing it for the first time, the last character you play as to beat Disney Town is getting that ice cream. But since I have beaten Disney Town, Birth by Sleep multiple times, you're going to be seeing each and every character getting their own unique ice cream flavor. So that's a little bit of a bonus for you guys. You get to see which character gets what. So now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm pretty much just going to be doing a little bit of exploration around Disney Town just to get some experience and see if I can get some levels up. You won't really encounter anything in Disney Town that's really going to give you a hard time, but maneuvering around this world can get a little tricky when we get into this one part where I'm going to be doing some more level grinding. You guys will see for yourselves, and you guys will also be able to see where some extra treasures are. But I will say, though, it is cool to see the actual world where King Mickey comes from, because actually originally, in the original Kingdom Hearts game, that the first game that came out in 2002, you can actually find footage of Sora going through Disney Castle, and for some reason they actually cut it out from the game, which is a little bit strange. But then again, you get to see it in Kingdom Hearts 2. But now in Birth by Sleep, you kind of get to see what the world actually looks like. And honestly, it just looks like a gigantic Toontown, which that is something that I definitely miss from Disney World. I miss Toontown so much. Toontown was great. I mean, I still like what Disney's done today, but man, oh man, I miss Toontown. Now, in the main plaza, you'll always find the big treasure chest with the map in it, just to give you guys a heads up. So then I'll head into this underground tunnel, and this is where, you know, I'll start to get, you know, I'll still be fighting some more unversed. But also you can find some special items down here, and there's actually something really cool that you guys can do down here to pass by the time, which I'll show in a minute once we get to that point. But yeah, get some treasure chests, do some level grinding, nothing too fancy. In a little bit, though, guys, we'll, because there's not really a whole lot to explore within this world, and we'll be getting to that race soon enough. But in order to move up within this little section, if you don't have the Thunder Shock, I think Thunderbolt, Thunder Shock, I don't know what it is, command limit, you might want to stock up on some Thunder spells, because you'll see what I mean in a moment. So you see that little thing? You have to charge up that thing with Thunder Magic in order to activate the machine in order to move on to the next floor of that level. Now, if you have the Thunderbolt command style, then you're all fine. But since Terra, I think Terra's the only one that doesn't get it until later in the game. So you have to kind of rely on using just basic Thunder spells and Thunder moves in order to get it fully charged. But really, just 2 Thunders, a Thunder Surge, and a Thundaga, and you'll be pretty good. Or that. And now all the gears will start moving, and you can make your way to the next level. And usually when I'm done using all that, I'll just switch back my commands because, you know, I don't really need them anymore. But then, even then, I'm almost close to powering up all my commands anyway. Now that part right there, you have to be a little bit careful of because, see, since Terra has the air dash ability, it's a little more easier for him to get there. But realistically, even though there are some treasure chests there, I really just do it just to go grab some extra experience. And then I don't even try to, like, really get back up there. I just take the long way around because it's just, you know. Now, coming up, though, once we get into the next section of this area, there is a place where you can score some unique items and a special command, which I'll explain when we get there, but I don't go for it because I don't use it because I have everything I need. But, you know, it's there for something to do for, like, at the end of the game. And who knows, I think maybe since I'm kind of showing this off now, since it's exactly the same with Terra, with Ventus and Aqua, I may just decide to cut that and stick to their game. Now that I think about it, because if I'm already showing you guys this once, I don't think I have to show this again. But we'll see.
Gather. Here, take that. Thunder.
God, I like 3rd tier magic in this game. So here we have a giant pinball machine that if you... Once I jump. When you hit those crown symbols that I'm knocking down, the ones with the crown, if you hit 4 of those, you'll be able to unlock this special, like, freestyle dance command thing for your character. Which I think you can use to, like, get some good commands, but I don't really use it. I don't use it in this place, so I don't go for it. I really just go for the experience. And then you end up back in this roof right here. Check around to see if there are any unversed. Get a little treasure chest. And then I head back down so we can start this race and move on.
Gather.
And I think I'll be able to... Yep, I think I'll be getting another level up. So that's good. See? It's good to, you know, start level grinding. And because it's more better in this game than Chain of Memories. Oh, thank God this game is so much better than Chain of Memories. Mostly because it doesn't have the cards.
Thunder.
And that's the one thing that I'm glad, like, kind of moving forward with the Kingdom Hearts series is that, you know, level grinding and moving about the world is going to be more fun than it was in Chain of Memories since we're actually exploring a world and we're not just going through small rooms.
Gather. Thunder.
All right, Magna Guns level 4. I think I just maxed that out.
Want some? Here. Want some?
All right, then now at this point, we're going to go compete in that race. Now, I would kind of compare this to Mario Kart, but Birth by Sleep is a little bit more simplified. You're not going to be, I mean, for the race that you have to like go through just to complete the level, it's not really that intense. But some of the movement could be a little bit crazy, and I'll explain what I mean when we start. But you can kind of do some stuff that you would get to do in Mario Kart, where you can get some boosts, you can attack people on the course. You don't get items, but you can just attack them. And you can kind of create a barrier around yourself to shield you from attacks. But steering is probably the biggest issue. Oh yeah, and you have to complete 5 laps instead of 3. Excuse me. Now, when you try to really turn either direction, you'll end up hitting a wall, and your vehicle will end up like hitting the wall and making like a skid noise, and then it'll actually slow you down. You guys will see it during a part in my playthrough here. Yeah, just right there. It stops and slows you down, and then you have to try and get back up. The best thing that I can say for doing that turning is take your finger off of X, the accelerator, and just kind of keep the cursor turned to that direction. And that will probably be the easiest way for you to turn. I don't know how I managed to luck this race, because I usually have to do this race 2 times because sometimes the AI will hit, and they'll get, and then you get the danger mark on, then they hit me, and then you're back in second. Well, at least they do kind of give you 5 laps to give you more of a chance. But use that ramp whenever you could, because it also grants you a little bit of a speed boost. You can try to boost away from these guys and use that little shortcut. And watch out for those tornadoes. They will knock you in the air and you will be stunned. Oh, that was close. That made me nervous. And, you can attack people freely, but if you want to, like, actually hit them, then there'll be, like, a lock-on symbol that'll appear next to me that indicates, like, hey, you can hit this guy. Yeah, just like that. And then, boom! Then you got him. Now, I know that if you decide to play these mini-games later down the line, the courses will get a little bit more intense and extreme, but I've never really taken the time to do it because I just really, just don't have the time and I don't really feel like it, but I mean, it's there. It's something that you can do just to pass by time if you don't want to, follow on with the story. You just want to get some other items or just play a mini-game. And that's all there is to it, to the racing.
Oh, my cart must have sprung a spring. Yahoos, just wait. Next time I'll clobber all of you.
Yippee! I hope he's gone for good. Nobody's gonna vote.
And now Tara's going to learn about the Million Dreams Festival they got going on. Which is kind of like reminiscing to that of when Disney was kind of doing that with the 1 Million Dreams thing that they were doing. Where they were trying to grant as many dreams wishes as possible down in the Disney parks.
Is the most exemplary citizen. And since everybody knows how much of a troublemaker Pete is, he probably figured wearing a disguise was the only way he'd get any votes. No votes, no prize. Yeah, the prize is all he really wants anyway. He He doesn't care about being a good citizen. Oh, I think that's very sad. The award is supposed to help us appreciate how much we all look out for each other every day. Well, one thing I know for sure, I'm voting for Tara. Your racing really saved the day against those monster carts. Hip hip hooray for Tara!
Well, I got something out of it too. I learned that you don't always have to bend the rules to reach your goals.
Oh.
All this time, I've been staring into the darkness. But that doesn't mean I have to jump in.
That's very true. And that's it. And then depending on, if you first get the game, you have to wait until the last character you play as that will get the ice cream. But since I have done that already, you'll get to see all the other ice creams. And the cutscene is essentially the same, but just the different characters will say something else.
Boy, oh boy, I hope it's the guy I voted for. I voted for him too. Now that we got so much business at the shop, maybe we'll be #1. Wow, Scrooge sure would be proud of us if
We need a
actually
DuckTales
won.
world, please.
Yeah, and I bet after that I would be pretty surprised too. Hello everyone, and thank you for waiting. Now it's time to begin the main event of our Dream Festival, the Million Dreams Award presentation.
Just skip to the part where you say my name. This is a shoo-in.
Oh, how very exciting! This year, we have multiple winners. The Million Dreams Award goes to Ventus, Aqua, and Terra.
Mm-hmm.
All three of you.
Are they here now?
What do you mean? There's gotta be a mistake. Everybody voted for Captain Justice. I made sure. Now go on, tell her. No. Better try the other one. The Rogue Racer, Captain Dark.
Pete, we counted the votes very carefully. Ventus, Aqua, and Terra won. Oh, Pete, I think you tried to do something good, but you were doing it for the wrong reasons, and you went about it the wrong way. Still, a couple of citizens must have thought you had goodness in you because you actually got a few votes. They knew you were looking out for them.
That doesn't mean anything to beat.
Lousy votes. Just cough up my prize.
Pretty sure he thought it was money or something.
They voted for you because they believe in you and care about you. How could you look down on that? I've tried to forgive a lot of things you've done, but this is too much. Now you finally crossed the line.
Like that matters to me. Besides, what are you gonna do about it?
Huh, I'm gonna let you cool off for a while. Guards!
Wait, what? Hey, let me go. Put me down. What? No, you can't. No. Hey, easy. Ow!
Now, shall we continue the ceremony? With the three winners, Ventus, Aqua, and Terra, please come up and join me on the stage. Oh dear.
Now, what's actually interesting about each character is that they each get their own different types of unique ice cream. For Terra's case, he gets an ice cream bar, Ven gets a sundae, and Aqua gets an ice cream cone.
After all, you've been so
So they kind of make it different with each of the characters. And then the theme of their, the name of their ice cream is always different.
Million Dreams Award as a token of how much you matter to us. Congratulations!
Thanks.
And as an extra treat, we've created something special. An ice cream flavor just for you. Rockin' Crunch ice cream.
That looks good. All the ice cream they have in here looks good.
Cream flavor.
What's it taste like? Go on, try it. What do you think?
This is fantastic.
Yeah, that looks pretty good.
Very glad you're enjoying it.
And that's it. We got some ice cream, we won a race, and that's all you guys got for today.
Who does she think she is, Dr. Bean?
And now we have something that will eventually come back to the series later on of how this guy gets out of this weird dimension that Queen Minnie sent him to.
Show yourself.
And I think we all know who it is. Well, I'm going to cut it here, ladies and gentlemen, so thank you so much for watching. I'm going to go have lunch right now, and then I'm going to try and see if I can get back to filming some more videos. But I hope you guys enjoyed this. I think I may decide in the future to just show the mini games, not show the gameplay, because the gameplay here is exactly the same. Like, I literally go the same route as both Ventus and Aqua, so I may decide to cut that in the future. But we'll see what happens when we get to that point. Let's just focus on finishing up Terra's story. But thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next part.
Soon every world in existence will all be mine.